Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to my florals series. In this series, I am showing you a different floral or botanical or leafy type pattern each day in May, Monday through Friday. So there will be a total of 23 different videos with beautiful tangles from all over the world. So I have my little sketchbook that I am drawing them in to practice, and then I'm using 3.5-inch Zentangle brand tiles to draw them on. So here's my little sketchbook, and I've got my micron pen, a pencil, a blending tool, and an eraser. You do not need much to do these. All right, so these are some of my little practice pages. And today is number 11. So I'm going to put that right on this page here because I've got room. And this one is called, I think you say it Cyclamen, I think. Let's see. Cyclamen. Created by Mariya. Aleynikova. I'm not sure how you say that name, but it's a beautiful name. And Cyclamen is a beautiful floral pattern, so I'm excited to do this one. All right, so to make this, we begin with an oval. Zoom in here a little bit for you. And we make it at kind of an angle. It's about the size of my pinky fingernail. And then we put this little curve in here as if it's kind of three-dimensional. And we ink in this bottom part. Okay, now we do an aura, but not all the way around. So I'm going to put 2 little dots down here so I remember where to stop. So I do my aura to the dots and then I curve down. It's such a fun little detail in this pattern. Okay, now this next part is shaped like a heart, and I'm going to use this as the top of my heart. I'm going to make it nice and wide, and then nice and curvy at the bottom. Make these extend a little bit more if you want. Okay, now we're going to do 2 more on this side and 2 on this side. So to do this next one, it's going to be tucking in behind the first one. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to imagine this heart shape kind of coming out like this. And the other side would have been, back here and curved around. So we're not really making a heart, but I still want that rounded part and that curvy, pointy part there. And the next one, I would do it about here. And again, kind of giving that half of a heart shape. And then imagine it coming around to there. So we just really want to make sure we've got these beautiful curvy petals. And I'm making these as wide as my pinky finger, so they're nice and large. And then in the center of this one, I put a little line, and the same thing in this one. Then we do the other side. So again, I sort of imagine this side of the heart coming out like that, and then this side coming out like that. And I put in a little line. I'll do one more. That's it, we made it. Isn't that beautiful and unique? I don't know, I love the dimension of it. I just think it's amazing. So a variation to that is she does the oval and the little curve, and then she leaves the inside white, and she just puts in these little lines in here. So you're welcome to do that one or this one, or a mixture of both. You could still darken in that area underneath. So whatever you prefer. Isn't that fun? Okay, I'm excited to add it to our garden. So our garden, what I am doing is adding 2 videos, so like 2 separate florals to each tile. Does that make sense? This is video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4. And I am adding this to the super long garden. And then I saw somebody commented and just said, what are we doing with these when we're done? How are we going to display them? So a couple of ideas. One that I would probably do is just fold it like an accordion. And then I'll take some twine or cute ribbon and wrap it around and just keep it like that. I tend to just kind of keep things, I don't know, just nice and close, and I just kind of like that. So that's one way. Another thing that you could do is keep it nice and long, and like in my little craft room I've got here, I have windows, and above the curtains is just wall. And I was thinking it would be fun to stick this up above a curtain and have this really long garden over the top of my window. That's another idea. And then the last idea, I'm going to zoom out a little bit for this one, is that when we are done, we're going to have 12 tiles, and you can take these and make kind of that accordion again. But when we're done, you could actually make a star with 6 sides, and then it could sit on a tabletop, and you'd have all these cute little garden pieces. Or you could put some string through it and you could hang it in like a little art studio or in front of a window, and it would be kind of a star-shaped little hanging thing. So a couple of different ideas. Okay, so I need to come down here to the end of my garden. These are just so much fun. I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying them as much as I am. All right, get my materials ready. All right, so I thought yesterday we did this very leafy thing, very leafy, very airy, and I wanted something bold next. And I feel like cyclamen, if I'm saying that right, is nice and bold. It's got big, beautiful petals. It has that darkened area. I just thought it would be a good match. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with pen. If you would like to do pencil and then go back and trace it, you can. But I know I definitely want one up in this corner here. And I don't need a lot of room on top of the flower, but I do need room on the side and the bottoms. So let's see, I'm going to put one right there. And again, it's about the size of my pinky nail. I think I'll zoom in for this. Then we put in that curve, and that curve goes from the bottom, and it just auras. That top line follows that same shape, so we don't end up going too narrow up here or too wide. Try to keep that pretty even. And I am going to ink in the bottom just because I like that drama. I like that bit of darkness. And you could still add some little lines if you want. Okay, now we're going to do that aura, and if you want, you can make 2 little dots down here so you don't forget, to stop. But I think I'm just going to jump up, aura, and come down. Then we need that first heart shape. So we come up nice and wide, and down to a pretty point. I like to make these kind of come in a little more. Okay, then we're going to do another one. And I just want to visualize, what direction I want that to go and where I want that point to end up. So I'm going to go up a little ways and do that really nice big curve, and then imagine it coming out here like that. Put in that line. Do one more and put in a line. Same thing on this side. Bonus points if it tucks in behind the other plant that we made. Oh, I love that. And I love looking at like how we have not added shading to this one yet and how it just looks kind of flat. And we add the shading, it's going to just look amazing. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to put another one down here. So I'm going to turn my tile a little bit, and I want my oval to go a different direction just for fun. So I'm going to put it, I think, right about here. And I made it a little bit smaller. I don't know why, just because. In that little curve and darken. Do the aura. And that first kind of heart-shaped petal. And I do one on this side and this side. And 2 over here. Oh, I just love those. I feel like they kind of need big, bold stems. So I'm going to do this stem back here first. And I think I'm going to imagine it coming out where this little opening was. So I'm going to have it come down here. And then it's just going to come right down here like that. And then this one I'm going to have come this way. Oh, those are really cool. If you want to do a leaf, I don't have a lot of room, but I think it'd be fun to make kind of that heart shape. So you could do it either way. You could have it come out and be a heart this way, or look at that. Isn't that fun? Just to, I don't know, just kind of made a crooked little heart right there. Do the same thing right here. Ink that in. Look at how those kind of match those petals. All right, I'm going to grab my pencil and do a little bit of shading. I'm going to start on this inside. I'm going to do it right here where we sort of tuck in behind. So on both of those, I'm going to give that little tucked in area a little bit, and maybe a tiny bit under that lip as well, that little edge there. Then I'm going to go to that first heart that we made, and I'm going to put some shading on that outside edge of each of those curves. So same thing down here. I might as well do both of them at the same time. And then for the next one over here, I'm going to put some right against that circle. Same thing for this one, right against that circle. And go to these two over here. Go down here, put them right up against that circle. So there's a little shadow where those tuck in. And then we want to make these look layered. So I've got this front petal here and it goes over this one. So I want to put a little bit of graphite on the outside edge of that to give that a shadow. This one goes over that third one. So I want to put a little graphite over there. This one goes over this one, so it's going to create a little shadow. This one goes over that, so we create a little shadow. Come down here. This one goes over this petal, and this one goes over here, and the other side. Now we just have to remember where we put the graphite. Down here, I'm going to add some just at the bottom edge of those hearts and at the very little top edge. Okay, this is the magic. I love this part. So I'm going to do that inside first. I'm just going to soften that. Oh, look at how pretty that looks. Then I'm going to focus on this first heart here, and I put some on those little inside curves. So pretty. I'm going to do the one down here. And then I'm going to do that area around the circle where those leaves tuck in. Just going to push it out a little bit. Same thing down here. And then lastly, I want to go on the outside edge of each petal where it overlaps another one. Look at that little slight shadow. And same thing on this side. Give that a little smudge. Look at the layering that's happening. And the cute little leaves. And I'm going to put some on the stems as well, just to give those a little bit of dimension. Look at those. So, so beautiful. Fits in so well with our garden. Oh, I love that. All right, I'm not going to add anything up here or down here yet. We will get tomorrow's tangle in and then we will, add some little embellishments. And a couple of you have been asking about little bees. We've done the ladybugs, and maybe now some little bees or butterflies. So maybe we'll do one of those tomorrow or the next day. Just some more fun embellishments for our garden. So I hope you love it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.